Now this is how we're knocking the chill out of the air this morning. And just this little bit of a fire right here has got it pretty nice and warm in here. Working on the shutters now, so we can kind of really get this place closed up. As closed up as we can without having actual glass pane windows. But outside it's about 34 degrees. I don't have a thermometer with me, so I don't know how warm it is in here, but it's comfortable enough to stand around in here without a coat on. And it's getting warmer. So this is neat. So shutter building, here we are. We're gonna measure these out, get them cut, and get them put up.
That's right. Recording right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, shutter time. We are putting on the east and west wall shutters today.
Now explain what you're doing. Explain that little technique.
So
did there.
These pine boards are notorious for splitting, especially once you get near the edges here. So what we're doing is just reversing this drill bit first, or the screw first. Just kind of, it almost kind of pre-drills the hole, and then sending the screw down. So, like out here near the edge, instead of just tightening the screw up like this, I'm going to first reverse the drill bit until it gets to the width. The hole is the width of the screw, and then I'll tighten it down.
Sideways.
There you go.
There we go.
And then there's no splitting.
You know we're the expert shutter builders now.
That's right, yeah.
All right, more amateur carpentry. Look at that.
About a 1/4 inch at some spots.
I mean, that's not terrible. Look at that. 1/4 inch in some spots.
To get a 1 inch.
A 1 inch-ish.
Yeah, ish. Little piece here.
Not bad, not bad. Okay.
This will actually be scraps to go in the fire.
There you go. All right, so Gabriel kind of figured out a way to hold this up here.
Kind of in an attempt to do some of the cutting on my own without having to have Dad hold it down. So he could be doing another thing like feeding the fire or, you know.
Doing old dude stuff.
Yeah, that's
feeding
it.
the fire, just kind of watching, you know, pointing out all the mistakes, you know how it goes.
So I found this little spot and it seems to be about the perfect size for this.
Hold it, pressure fit, and
Yep. Oh, let's see, we're lined up there. Yep.
look at that.
There you go.
Good job.
Thank you.
Okay, now this board here, this is going to be the beginning of the porch. So we've got that attached now. The next week or two, I think we're going to be trying to put a roof on the porch. We're actually going to start building a frame for this. I want to get around here and take a look at the new shutter. I think it fits in there really nice.
Finishing up just a little bit of shutter work here.
There we go.
It's a very, very cheap kit that we bought for these things. Now, eventually, we would love to go back and let me show you outside here. We'd love to go back and put some really neat decorative hinges on this thing that kind of match up with the strap hinges here. That's eventually the goal. But for now, we've got the cheaper hinges on there. And all of these shutters have the little shutter hooks on here just to keep them from blowing open. See them right here. Just a small little shutter kit from Lowe's. We have side shutters, guys. This is so neat.
Yeah, this is definitely a milestone.
And a fire. That's cool too. Fire has been something we've always wanted in here, something we've always envisioned. And of course, it's not in the fireplace yet, but it is where eventually we'll have fires. So it's kind of neat just to get a look at that. It's just cool to feel the heat of the fire. That's the main thing. Getting these shutters on though has been a little bit of a job. Now that we've kind of got the process figured out, they've been going a lot smoother.
And we're still not 100% proficient at this, because we still got some trimming to do, but
That's right.
this works.
I'm gonna try to back up here, give you a better view of this place. It's a little hard to get a good view sometimes. Now this is a temporary floor. I'm sure we've mentioned that a million times.
I'll run an oscillating tool a second.
Okay.
Let's see, a little bit of simple stuff here. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Man. This is neat.
We're extremely excited. I mean, just overjoyed how this place is turning out. I mean,
A dream come true.
That's-
Literally a dream come true.
kind of took the day, got a little cleaned up in here. Fire brick was kind of all over the place, so we were working on it yesterday. And a lot of mortar and stuff from where I was mortaring here on the inside. Interior hearth. That does feel good. When I was standing up there, it was nice.
I don't know what the temperature is right now. Outside, it's probably 40. Low 40s.
When we got out here this morning, it was low 30s, and that was chilly. That was really chilly. That's part of the reason we wanted the fire so bad. But it's crazy how you really don't feel any wind in here. That's nice.
Told you, these shutters are magic. These, that's the way to go. Now we'll get the windows in at some point. Right now, getting the windows in it's on the priority list. But with the shutters on, now we're able to protect inside the cabin from wind-driven rain.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to put the porch up, and that's going to have the roof over the porch. So the vast majority of everything inside, even the shutters on the outside, are going to be protected from rain. So it gives us a little bit of a leeway as far as what kind of project we're going to tackle next. Because we're not exactly sure what. Sometimes we'll come out here and we're looking at it and we're like, well, okay, what's next? And there's 1,000 different things that we need to do. It's just, we got to figure out which one we want to do. The Christmas tree is neat. If you've ever laid bricks and mortar by fire and lantern light at night, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Ring that notification bell, because you're not in this alone. We're trying to get this done. What he's doing now is going to be the last steps in getting the interior hearth up to the firebox height.
Yep. We're laying these pavers down. Actually, not pavers, they're caps for the concrete blocks. We got 2-inch thick ones and 4-inch thick ones. Using some 4-inch thick ones right here.
Those are the 4x4 by 16 or 18?
16.
16. And out here, hopefully we can get a good look at what I'm doing out here. I'm adding trim. Step back and look a little bit. May end up having to put the light on to see that. There you go. You can see a little better there. So what happens here when we add trim is any gaps that we have between the log and the window sill, or the lumber we have for the frame here, that gets stuffed with insulation and packed in pretty good so there's no drafts coming through. And then the lumber here is put up as a frame. And I don't think we've mentioned this before, but a lot of the lumber here, some of it has historical value. And the lumber we've used here, the door frame, the frame back in the back for the fireplace, all of the window frames, this particular lumber, that's well over 100-year-old pine lumber. Just doing a little exterior illumination here. Checking out these side walls. This is our west wall shutter.
Yep.
Nice and neat. Now this is just about to be a picture perfect little cabin in our minds.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to put a tree up in the loft too. I just don't see how we can't have one up there. Just not going to be able to do that. We're just not going to not be able to do that. Right. There you go.
This place is so cool looking. I mean, we're really doing something. Not being able to feel the wind because of these shutters is really nice. Especially the side shutters. We've gotten these really tight as far as the construction, and it's nice because they really do a good job of blocking the wind. Front shutters are a little more not quite as tight of a tolerance on the build,
right.
But it's still really nice.
Well, we've got a lot of trim work to do and a lot of fine details to do, but
That's right.
I know. I have no idea what the temperature is up here. Feels like 90, and that's just with that little fire going there. The heat rising up from that. It is literally hot up here. That's exactly where I want it. Oh man. Now that was a pretty neat draft. When I open the top window up here, feel that air rushing out. Now I know the camera's not capturing the loft like it should, the way we see it because of the dimness of the light. But there's actually a lot of light coming from that lantern up there.
I forgot we had one up there.
Yep, and then we come down into the living area here. And you can see the lantern up there still. Hopefully that's in focus. Oh man.
This place is okay.
This is all right.
That's so neat in here.
Having the door closed and having all the shutters closed, no windows. I mean, there's obviously still some gaps. Having a fire going He's in here in shorts, and it's comfortable in
Yeah.
here. All right, so Gabriel's over here inspecting my trim work.
Quite happy with it. Quite happy indeed.
Bring that lantern a little closer to it. There you go.
The trim is, to me, is just the perfect width. We're kind of playing around with a few different ideas in our heads, and kind of settled on this idea. And it's pretty much the 2x4 pieces that we have out here. I'm very pleased with this.
Me too. I'm happy with that.
And we even, well, he did. I was on the inside working on the interior hearth, while Dad was outside working on the trim. He fitted the top piece custom to this log up here. We're trying not to cut as much material out of the logs as we possibly can. So we're trying to save material on our actual cabin logs.
Even if the trim is a little smaller, you can see that this is not as wide as this, but this is easily replaceable. This is not. So I would rather take material off of the trim and not as much off the log itself.
And just the other day, just yesterday actually, we polyurethaned the front shutters.
And what happened?
It
Rained
the
today,
next day.
so
But you can see right there, water is beating up. So
good stuff.
So it works. It's worth doing.
That's right. All right, we're gonna go home and get some dinner. Defend the weak, fight for what you love.
And as always, may the wings of liberty never lose a feather. God bless.
God bless.